Hello everybody, it's Ryan.
Tabitha.
And we're here at bedtime in Tabby's room. This is Tabby's bed, this is Tabby's room. Look at this fancy bed. We're in our pajamas. Maybe you're in your pajamas too. And we're gonna do a couple of experiments for you about light and being in the dark and stuff like that. I know sometimes, especially when things are a little scary, bedtime can be a little bit scary and the dark can be a little bit scary. So we thought it would be really fun to do some experiments in the dark that make it seem a little happier and a little of a more exciting place. So for our first experiment, you're going to need a bottle full of water over here. So any kind of bottle will do as long as it has sort of a small spout. And what you're going to do is cover it in aluminum foil, tin foil, and sort of tape it closed, but don't cover the bottom, okay? So don't cover the bottom. So we covered the whole bottle with tin foil over here.
And we don't cover the top.
That's right, don't cover the top and leave the bottom bare, okay?
Yeah,
Then you're going to want to have something you can pour the water into. So we have this big jar here.
That we used to put water in my fishy's tank.
Yeah.
I have in my room.
Yeah, there are a couple of fish in here. Their names are Sally and Raccoon.
I'm hoping they have baby fish.
She's hoping they have baby fish. If you have a Rubbermaid container, or if you're just doing this in your bathroom, now the sun is still up here, so we can't do it in the bathroom, and it's more fun to do in here anyway. But a sink or something like that, maybe a Rubbermaid would be fine. The other thing you're going to need, and you'll need this for both of our experiments today, handy dandy flashlight. Now your phone flashlight will work just fine, but since we are recording on our phones, we are not clearly using that, but your phone flashlight will work just fine. Okay, so Tabby, what I need you to do now is go turn off the lights.
All of them?
Both of those lights, yeah.
Okay.
So you'll notice that aluminum foil is pretty shiny. It glints and stuff like that, and it reflects the light back to you. That's very cool. That's part of what we're going to do. All right. Now, you will see, I'm going to take this down. You're going to miss this for just a minute. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do is pour this water. I'm going to shine the flashlight through the bottom of the cup. Okay? And then I'm going to pour the water from the cup. Yeah. Actually, if you do this, you might get, we're seeing it on the ceiling. I'm not sure how to show you, but we're seeing a little bit of a rainbow through this too. When you reflect this on there. That's because the light's being refracted through the water, bounces off the water particles and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that makes a rainbow.
Mm-hmm. We love rainbows here at our house, right?
I love rainbows. They're so pretty.
Okay, now we're gonna pour this water and look at that water, because you'll see that the light follows the water down. So even if you do it from far away, the light travels down the water. See that, Tabs? So what's happening is that the light gets reflected back and forth through the tinfoil. It doesn't escape this. And then the light particles, because light is both a particle and a wave, they bounce inside the water. They don't escape the water right away. So you'll see some of those light particles that travel down the water and make it look glowing. Now, if you have something like a thin sheet of paper, or if you have like a tissue paper, or if you have like a thin transparent scrim that's a certain color or something like that, you can put it over the flashlight and you'll actually see the water glow the color that you're doing. So let's do it again, and you can watch, especially when I lift this all the way up, even where it shouldn't, there's still light traveling down that water. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, pour the rest of it in.
Awesome. Okay. So for our next experiment, we're going to keep the lights off. And what you're going to need for this one are we have 3 jars, but you can just use 1 jar. And you need water and milk. Now, I've separated these out already. But so what we're going to try to explain today is, why is the sky blue? And the reason is sort of like how we just looked at that water. It's because there are things in the atmosphere that the light bounces off of. The sky's not blue itself, the sky's just air, but it looks blue. So we have 3 jars over here. We have 1 that's clear, and this is just water. So this is just pure water. Now watch what happens when I shine a light through this water. It just looks clear, right? It just looks pretty clear. You see a few things floating in there, but it looks clear. Imagine that that's the atmosphere, the air in the outside, if there was nothing in it. But there are things in the air. There are dust particles, sometimes there's pollutants, there's water in the air, there's all sorts of things in the air. So to simulate that, I put milk, a little bit of milk, just like some drops in here, into a jar of water just until it sort of turns cloudy, right? And what's really cool is if you do this, it might be a little hard to see. There you go. It turns blue.
It turns blue. And now, on the screen, it looks like a lantern.
It does look like a lantern. So it's a little hard to see just with the iPhone camera, but what happens is that the things that are in the atmosphere, the dust and the milk in here, will scatter the light. And it will, you'll be able to see from different positions, different kinds of light. So this looks blue. But Tabby, look at the top and see what color the light looks now.
Clear.
Well, look, see the light? What color do you see in there? It looks orangey, right? It looks orangey, like the color of a sunset.
I'll turn light.
And so if you...
So there's more light, okay?
Well, it's a little hard to see the jar if you do that. So,
Okay.
so if you move the position of the flashlight, you'll actually get different colors. And at nighttime, when we're in a different position relative to the sun, you see the sky looks sort of orange and red, right? Like a sunset.
Yeah.
But during the day, when we're in a different position, it looks blue. Now we have another jar over here. That's where we put in a lot of milk. So imagine there's a lot of stuff in the atmosphere here. And look at the colors that you're getting.
Yellow, yeah.
Yeah, you get yellow, and you get orange, and you get sort of white.
You get a whitey, blacky.
But look at the stripes, Tabby. Especially on the screen, you can see them.
Yeah.
It's just like in the sky when you get a sunset, because the water is bouncing off. Let's see if we open this up, and I try not to spill milk on your floor. See if we can get even better colors. There you go. You can see those stripes. And if you look at the top, see how it looks dark? But if you move this, you'll get different colors. We even get some reds in here. And that's like a sunset. When you put these at different places, you'll get different temperatures. Now, Tabby, can you turn the lights back on for me? Okay. And we thought bedtime probably wasn't complete without bedtime stories. So I'm going to read you a story for bed. Do you want to give me... I think I'll do this one. Do you want to do that one? Okay.
I'll do this one after.
Okay. So Tabs, you come sit with me here. And this is called Space Case by Edward Marshall with pictures by James Marshall. Let's move the camera a little closer so that you can see the pictures. You want to sit with me here?
So you can see us. And the picture.
came from outer space to have a look around. And to meet the natives who were not especially friendly.
I see the natives who are not especially friendly.
Really, everyone seemed so uncooperative. The thing from outer space was beginning to lose heart. But at the corner of Maple and Elm, some interesting folks appeared. Wow, said Buddy McGee. Will you look at that? What a great costume, said Lily. It must be the new kid from down the block, said Mary Louise. Come with us, said Buddy. Trick or treat, shouted Buddy, and a nice lady gave them all treats. One great thing about the dark, you can always go trick-or-treating in it. Soon the thing was having a fine time. Trick-or-treating was lots of fun. When their bags were full of goodies, the kids stopped at the schoolyard to stuff themselves silly. Trick or treat, beat the thing. There's something weird about that new kid, said Lily. Heading home, Buddy noticed he was being followed. But for the first time, he took a good look at the thing. You're not the kid from down the block, said Buddy. Trick or treat, beat the thing. Do you want to spend the night at my house, asked Buddy.
Don't forget to show that page.
I did show the page.
That page?
Mm-hmm. With a little froggy at the bottom. Mr. McGee let them in.
I see.
You'll like my room, said Buddy.
I see it. I can see it. Hey.
How many millions of times have you read this book? After studying the dictionary, the thing found it easier to communicate. The location of my origin is in outer space, it beeped. I thought so, said Buddy. We'll have lots to talk about in the morning. When Buddy turned out the lights, the thing turned out its lights and lowered its antennae. Mrs. McGee was surprised to see the thing at the breakfast table. What on earth is that? She said. It's from outer space, said Buddy. Yes, dear, said his mother. While Buddy ate his fried eggs, the thing atomized a glass of orange juice. Fantastic toys these kids have, said Mr. McGee. Are you sure you want to come to school? Asked Buddy. Unquestionably, beeped the thing. I want to observe.
I really want to see this first.
Everyone was too excited by Mr. Jones's reptiles to notice the thing. Good heavens, beeped the thing. What peculiar-looking specimens. And now, said Mr. Jones, putting away his reptiles, it's time for your space projects. Uh-oh, said Buddy, I forgot to do mine. Calm down, beeped the thing. The first project was a homemade rocket. How primitive, beeped the thing. John Watson showed a model of Mars. All wrong, beeped the thing.
I think things are all wrong.
Because he knows more about space than the school children. And what do you have to show us, Buddy? Asked Mr. Jones. Before Buddy could reply, the thing proceeded to the front of the class and did some fancy mathematics at the blackboard. Buddy explained. That's my robot. Very clever indeed, said Mr. Jones. That's worth an A-. Phew, said Buddy. It's an A- work right there.
Yeah, A-.
School was fun, beeped the thing, but I wouldn't want to do it every day. When do we go trick-or-treating? Oh, that's only once a year, said Buddy. Oh, beeped the thing. I just remembered an appointment I had on Jupiter. Wait, cried Buddy, and he explained all about Christmas. Why, that's only 2 Zyglots away, beeped the thing. I think I'll come back for that. it started to pick up speed. And in a flash, it was gone. Wow, said Buddy. And Tabby wants you to know that she put a sticker right there. That was Space Case. So, thank you for joining us today. I'll read that to you after. Thank you for joining us today. We had a lot of fun. I hope you sleep well tonight. Say goodbye, Taz.
Bye.
We hope you sleep well tonight. We hope you learned something about light, and let us know if you are you doing any experiments and how you've done with ours. You can message us on any of our social media platforms, or email ryan@desmondfishlibrary.org. So good night, sleep tight, stay safe, and we miss you. We'll see you soon. Bye. See you next Tuesday at our normally scheduled time, 6 o'clock on Tuesday.